And welcome to the ESFA National Schools Cup 2024 draws. Pleasure to have your company this evening. My name is Stephen Jameson and we are here at the Hawthorns, host not only of tonight's draw but also PlayStation Schools Cup finals week in May. Plenty of you will be hoping to be lifting one of these very trophies out there on that very pitch come the summer. But before that, you've got to get through the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, and that is what we are here to start the process of. So that's what we're here to come for tonight. We'll be joining the quarterfinal and semi-final draws for all of our competitions, from the under-12s all the way through to the under-18s. So we kick off Schools Football Week in partnership with ProDirect Sport with a bang. We want to begin by congratulating all of you for just reaching this stage. It's a huge achievement just to be here in the draw tonight. There have been over 120,000 players taking part in the Schools Cups this year. It's a huge number. So just to be here at this moment, waiting for your school to be called out, well done. But the journey only really begins here. This year, we're going to be drawing the PlayStation Schools Cup and the Arnold Schools Cup for the older ones, that's the under-16s and the under-18s, and we'll draw the last 8 and the last 4 in those respective competitions. It is the first day of Schools Football Week in partnership with ProDirect Sport today, a fitting week to host such a significant draw. Over the course of the next few days, 260,000 pupils will benefit from a Schools Football Week experience, with 120,000 girls also benefiting as the ESFA continues its long-standing commitment to grow the girls' game at schools level. This year, we'll be drawing 24 PlayStation Schools Cup competitions and 10 Arnold Schools Cup competitions for the under-16s and 18s. This year's draw involves over 200 teams from across the country. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this evening's schedule. This is what you can look forward to this evening. We're starting with the under-12s and making our way through all the age groups, under-13, under-14, under-15, and then onto the under-16s and 18s with the Arnold Clark competitions. So if you can see your tournament a little bit later on in the evening, you have got time, don't worry, to pop the kettle on and join us just a little bit later. But in the meantime, it's time to get going. So without further ado, it is time for our first draw. Now, I can't do it all myself, so I'm delighted to say I've got some company with me this evening as we welcome in Luca McCourty from Northampton School for Boys. He's a former under-12 elite national winning captain and currently captains the under-14 side, and alongside him is Violet Woolley from Thomas Estley Community College. She's a deadly striker who's playing up an age group in the under-16s. Luca, Violet, welcome to the draw. Okay, so how it's going to work is very, very simple. Violet will be drawing the northern half of the draw. Luca will be drawing the southern. We are at the quarter-final stage of our first draw, which is the PlayStation Under-12 9v9 Schools Cup for boys. Without further ado, here are those all-important numbers. This is what you're looking out for in this draw. We've got plenty of schools still left remaining in it, including 3 on 1 number as well. Could be an interesting next couple of weeks, that's for sure, for those 3 schools in particular. Okay, it's time to do our first draw of the evening, so over to the northern side if we can get going with our first ball out of the pot. Number one, that is Lymm High School or Colday Grange Grammar School. Cheshire versus Merseyside in that clash. They've got home draw should they win it. And they will play either St Peter's Catholic High School and Sixth Form Centre or Thomas Telford School or the West Bridgeford School. Still a lot of working out to be done over in that section of the draw. Away tie should they get through it. Our next matchup. Number 2, that's Wright Robinson College of Greater Manchester. They won this competition back in 2018. They've got a home quarter-final to look forward to. And they will play either South Huntley School and Sixth Form College or the Farnley Academy. That's Humberside versus West Yorkshire in their matchup for that one. And on to the southern section of the draw. So, Luca, we code to you, our first team.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Bonus Pastor Catholic College or Dover Grammar School for boys. All Kent battle in that match.
Number 8.
And they will play Shenfield High School, representing Essex, an away draw for Shenfield, previous winners in the competition in 2008.
Number 5.
Number 5, Great Marlow School, representing Buckinghamshire. They beat the 2017 finalists 3-2 in round 7, home draw in the quarter-final.
Number 6.
They will play number 6, that's the Budmouth Academy from Weymouth, representing Dorset. Of course, they've won after extra time twice and once on penalties so far in a very eventful campaign. Okay, so there we have it. Quarter-final draw in the under-12 9v9 Schools Cup for boys is complete. Let's take a look at that confirmation. Ties to be played on or before the 24th of February. All right then, time to move on. It's next for the PlayStation Under-12 9v9 Schools Cup for B teams. Here are those all-important draw numbers as we head into this evening's draw. Okay. As ever, it'd be Violet drawing the northern section and Luca on the south. So Violet, first of all, it's over to you. Number 2 is Northampton School or South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College. First year entering the competition for Northampton School.
Number 3.
And they will play either the Crompton House C of E Academy or Monk Wearmouth Academy, Greater Manchester versus Durham.
Number 1.
Sandwell Academy or Thomas Telford School. That's a great matchup there in that round. Winner of that has a home draw awaiting them in the quarter-final. They will play either, they will play Cardinal Heenan Catholic High School. They're already through. They're into the quarter-finals representing Merseyside. They will have a trip, though, in the quarter-finals. Onto the southern section we go. And Luca, it's over to you. Who's our first team?
Number 5.
That is the Stonehenge School or Ivy Bridge Community College. Should be a cracking encounter to get through to the next rounds.
Number 8.
And should they do so, they'll face either Ashland School or Northampton School for boys. Away tie should they win that one.
Number 6.
Next tie is number 6 Ravenswood School or Glyn School. Home draw should they win. It's a good incentive.
Number 7.
And they will play either Shenfield High School or Kingsdale Foundational School. That's Essex versus Inner London to complete that draw. An away tie should they win it. And that confirms our Under-12 9v9 Schools Cup for B teams draw. Let's take a look at the full draw before we leave you with that one. Hope you're happy with whoever you have ended up with. Still plenty of ties to be played, of course, before that one is confirmed. But all those ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. Best of luck. Alright, as we rumble on to our third draw of the section, and this is the PlayStation Under-12 9v9 Elite Schools Cup. We're at the semi-final stage of this competition, so this draw is to find out who has got that all-important home tie to potentially advance through to the final. North and South still, so Violet, if you could draw our first semi-final, please.
Number 2.
Number 2, Malay Lambert School has got the home draw in the semi-final.
Number 1.
And they will play either Calday Grange Grammar School or Wright Robinson College. That quarter-final still to be determined between Merseyside and Greater Manchester's finest. And for the southern semi-final, Luca.
Number 3.
Number 3, Thomas Telford School have got themselves the home draw representing Shropshire. Previous winners of the competition in 2017. They've already scored 19 goals in this competition so far.
Number 4.
And number 4 is Dover Grammar School for boys. Trip for Dover then in the semi-final representing Kent. They've reached the last 4 for the very first time, conceding just 2 goals in their 3 matches so far. Okay, so that semi-final draw is set then in the Under-12 9v9 Elite Schools Cup. Those are the semi-finals, and we look forward to seeing them on or before the 24th of February. Okay, time to move on to our first girls' draw of the competitions that we've drawn so far. It's the PlayStation Under-12 9v9 Schools Cup for girls. Before we get into the draw, let's take a look at the all-important numbers. 8 teams still left in this competition. Those are the all-important numbers. Okay, we'll go with the North as ever to start with. So, Violet, if you can draw our first team, please.
Number 3.
Number 3 is the Priory School, representing Shropshire, previous winners of the competition in 2019.
Number 1.
And they'll play St Joseph RC Academy, representing Durham. Been strong at the back so far, conceding just 1 goal to reach the quarter-final. Away tie for them.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Archbishop Temple School, a C of E specialist college representing Lancashire. This is the furthest the school has ever reached in the competition, and they've got themselves a home draw in the quarter-final.
Number 4.
And they will play, therefore, the Southwold Academy and Sixth Form representing Nottinghamshire. Their first year entering the competition, they've only conceded 1 goal to reach the last 16 and therefore the quarter-final. Okay, so Southern draws, Luca.
Number 5.
First about the hat is the Hayesfield Girls' School. They've got a home draw in the quarters representing Somerset. They've scored 29 goals already in this competition.
Number 6.
And they'll play the Cherwell School, away trip for Cherwell then from Oxfordshire, previous finalists in 2019.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Shenfield High School or Riddlesdown Collegiate. They've still got to play their last 16 match, but should they get the win, they'll have a home tie
Number 7.
against either Weydon School or Surbiton High School. That is a battle between Surrey's finest right there. Win that tie, away trip in the quarter-final awaits as we can look ahead. So the whole draw then for the PlayStation Schools Cup for girls under 12s 9v9. Some cracking encounters there. Really looking forward to them. We will let you know when they need to be played by. They still have to be announced. Time to move on then to our next competition and our next draw. It's the PlayStation Under 12 9v9 Small Schools Cup. Let's take a look at all the remaining ball numbers left in. We are at the semi-final stage to draw. Quarter-final still to be played, but let's find out who we'll put together in the semi-finals. To start with, as ever, we'll do the northern half first. That means, Violet, we come to you for our first ball.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Hymers College or Ovingham Middle School or Moorland School Limited. We're still all the way back in the last 16 in that one. Home draw to whoever gets through it.
Number 1.
And they will play either Millfield Preparatory School or St Bede's College in the semi-final. And then Luca for the southern half.
Number 4.
Number 4, St John's Preparatory and Senior School or Woodbridge School. St John's has won this competition twice before.
Number 3.
They will play either Lingfield College or Radnor House. So still at the quarter-final stage there, but once those ties have been played, they know their fate in the semi-finals. Those ties are now locked in the PlayStation Under 12 9v9 Small Schools Cup. Ties will be played on or before the 2nd of March. And we move ourselves on. That is the under 12s all taken care of. Your fates are sealed now in the latter stages of your Schools Cup competitions. It's now time to move on to our under 13s. If you've got a school in this competition, it's time to watch and listen in. Our first competition is the PlayStation Under 13 Schools Cup for boys. These are the all-important ball numbers that are about to be drawn. So 9 teams left in the competition. 4 quarter-finals to find. Formula stays the same. Violet will be asking you to draw the northern sides. So, without further ado, let's have our first quarter-final.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Meole Brace School, representing Shropshire. They've scored an impressive 45 goals so far in this competition, conceding just 4.
Number 3.
And they will play either Thomas Telford School or Arden. Thomas Telford, former winners of this competition. Furthest Arden has it ever gone.
Number 1.
Number 1 in the next tie is Garforth Academy, representing West Yorkshire. Semi-finalists in this competition last season, looking to go a couple of steps better this time around.
Number 4.
They will play therefore Dronfield Henry Fanshawe School, representing Derbyshire. This group of players also reached the quarter-final in the under-12 competition last season. They've scored 43 goals in just 6 matches so far in this competition. That is a pretty impressive strike rate, but these two know all about that. Okay, southern side of the draw for me, Luca.
Number 8.
So number 8, that is Shenfield High School, representing Essex. This group of players were runners-up in the under-12 competition last year.
Number 6.
They've got a home draw against King's School, representing Hampshire. They've recorded 5 clean sheets in 7 games so far.
Number 5.
Number 5, it's a home draw for Northampton School for boys, representing Northamptonshire. Previous winners of the competition in 2013.
Number 7.
And therefore the final team out the hat is Rainham Mark Grammar School. Away trip for the Kent side in the quarterfinals. This is their first time at this stage of the competition. They get through the previous round with a dramatic 9-8 win on penalties. All right, let's take a look then at the full draw then for the quarterfinals in the PlayStation Under-13 Schools Cup for boys. Super lineup. That's some great ties, and ties we played on or before TBA, so keep an ear out for the ESFA's communications on that one. Alright, time to move ourselves on. Our next draw on the slate is the PlayStation Under-13 Schools Cup for B teams. This is in its last 16 stage, but we are going to draw the quarter-final. Those are the all-important balls. Still plenty of teams left in this competition, of course, but let's draw the quarter-final for us. So, as ever, Violet, we're going to start with the northern side of the draw. Who's first up?
Number 2.
Number 2, that is Northampton School for boys or South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College. Home tie awaits in the semi-final should they get through that quarter.
Number 1.
They will play either the Manchester Grammar School or Wilmslow High School. Tough quarter-final for both of those sides. Away trip awaits in the semi should they get there. Now for the southern semi-final, Luca.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Ivybridge Community College or Beaumont School. Home draw should they get to that all-important semi-final.
Number 4.
And number 4, Richard Hale School or Ravenswood School. That's an all-star quarter-final. Hertfordshire versus Kent. Should they win, they've got an away trip in the semi to come versus either Ivybridge or Beaumont. So that is the confirmed draw then for our semi-finals. We can take a look at it now. The quarters are all set, so too now are the semis. Those ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. All right, and time to move on to our next draw. It's the PlayStation Under-13 Elite Schools Cup, and we've got some cracking ties here in these semi-finals. Let's take a look at who is still left in. Semi-final draw for you on the way. As ever, we start with the northern semi-final, so Violet, you're up. Let's have our home side.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Thomas Telford School. They are already through, and they've got themselves a home draw for their efforts. 2-time winners of this competition in 2017 and 18. And they will play?
Number 1.
Number 1, that will be either St Aidan's C of E High School or South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College away trip to Thomas Telford should they win that quarter-final. Luca, it's time for the southern half of the draw, if you would please.
Number 3.
Number 3, Northampton School for boys. They'll be delighted with that one. Home draw for Northampton.
Number 4.
And they will play either St Peter's C of E School or Tunbridge Wells Grammar School for boys away trip for those guys should they win that quarter-final against Northampton School for boys, who won the Under-12 Elite competition last season. Okay, that draw is complete. Let's take a look at it. The semi-final ties will be played very shortly, on or before the 2nd of March. Home draw for Thomas Telford and Northampton. Time to move on to our next draw then. This next one is the PlayStation Under-13 Schools Cup for girls. Let's take a look at those all-important ball numbers before we head into the draw. So the southern half of the draw, as you can see, is already complete. Still some ties to be played in the north before we get through to the quarter-final stage. And with that being said, time to move on to the draw. Violet, if you can draw the first northern team for us.
Number 2.
Number 2, that's Rainford High Technology College or the Winsford Academy. Home draw awaits should they win their last 16 match.
Number 4.
They will play either the Bicester School or Thomas Estley Community College. That is Oxfordshire and Leicestershire represented there. Number 3, so still some working out to be done in this competition because it'll be either Cardinal Heenan Catholic High School or St Joseph's RC Academy or Valley Gardens Middle School. Plenty of action is still to be played there. And the last team in the draw is?
Number 1.
That is Wales High School. Wales High School located in South Yorkshire. Squad of players reached the last 16 in the Under-12s last year. They've got an away draw in the quarter-final. So the south we go, Luca.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Riddlesdown Collegiate representing Surrey. Been losing at half-time in the previous 2 rounds and they've shown great character to come back and win those two fixtures. Home draw for their prize.
Number 6.
They'll play Plymstock School, representing Devon. First time at this stage of the competition for Plymstock. Recorded 4 clean sheets in 6 games so far.
Number 5.
Number 5, next up the hat is Sandringham School, a home draw for the Hertfordshire side. They've recorded 3 clean sheets so far in the competition to reach this phase.
Number 8.
And they'll need that good defence against Shenfield High School. This school reached the final of this competition last season. This year the team has yet to concede a goal. Okay, so some tasty ties, particularly in that competition in the Under-13 Schools Cup for girls. Let's see the full confirmed draw for you. All these ties are to be played on or before the 24th of February. Alright then, time for our next draw. This is for the PlayStation Under-13 Small Schools Cup. We're at the quarter-final stage, but it's time to find out the quarter-final draw. Let's take a look at the all-important numbers. A few sides already safely through, and a few with some all-important games to play in the last 16 rounds. As ever, we start in the northern side of the draw. So Violet, it's over to you for our first team out for the quarterfinals.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the big one, Ludlow C of E School or Wolverhampton Grammar School or Repton Preparatory 4 Mark Hall. 3 teams in that little section, still to work it out. Home draw in the quarterfinal awaits the winner.
Number 3.
They'll play either Queen Ethelburgers College or St Patrick's RC College. Away trip awaits with a win in the last 16 for those two.
Number 4.
Number 4 is St John Horton Catholic or Edward Peak C of E VC Middle School. Last 16 draw still to be played, but if they win it, they've got a home draw in the quarter-final.
Number 1.
That is against either St Mary's College or Moorland School. That is Merseyside versus Lancashire in that last 16 clash. Winner gets a trip to either St John Horton Catholic or Edward Peak. Southern ties for me, Luke, please.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Lingfield College or Hall School Wimbledon or Eton House the Manor School.
Number 8.
And they'll play Holbrook Academy. So Holbrook, one of the few teams to guarantee their place in the quarter-final. For their reward, they've got an away trip to either of the 3 schools above them.
Number 7.
First out the hat in the second quarter-final for the South is St Gregory the Great Catholic School or St James Senior Boys School.
Number 6.
And they will play LVS Ascot, representing Berkshire. This group of players were runner-up in the Under-12 Small Schools competition last season. They scored 16 in 4 this, and they've got an away trip in the quarter-finals to look forward to. Okay, so let's take a look at that full draw without further ado. All set. The 2 teams that had already made it through to the quarterfinals have got an away trip for their troubles. And those ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. Alright, welcome back. Time for our next draw then, and it's in the PlayStation Under-13 Small Schools Cup for girls. This is a brand new competition this season, and it's been played fiercely and competitively as well. We're down to the semi-final draw here with 1 or 2 quarter-finals still to be played. The semi-final draw is upon us. And without further ado, Violet, we have to do our northern semi-final first. Let's find out who has that all-important home draw. Number 1, Ovingham Middle School. They are already safely into the semi-final, representing Northumberland, and they've got a home draw in the semi.
Number 2.
They'll play either Leighton Middle School or Repton Preparatory 4 Mark Hall. Bedfordshire and Derbyshire represented there. They've still got to play their quarter-final. They've got an away trip to Ovingham in the semi. Now the southern semi-final, Luca.
Number 4.
Number 4 is St Joseph's College or Dunatar School. That is Suffolk and Surrey represented respectively.
Number 3.
And therefore King's Oak Academy have the away trip in the semi-final. They've scored 25 goals already in this competition. They've just conceded 3 for their efforts. They've got an away trip to either St Joseph's or Dunatar in the semi-final. So that draw is confirmed with one of our new competitions this season. And those ties are to be played on or before the 2nd of March. So we move on to our final draw for the under-13s, and it's another brand new competition as well this season. Once again, it's given us loads of entertainment, and we're looking forward to seeing how the quarters and semi-finals play out. It's the under-13 B-Team Schools Cup for girls, and those are the all-important ball numbers to look out for. Okay, without further ado, guys, your last act as ball drawers. Violet, home draw please for the North.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Horizon Community College. They've got themselves a home draw in the quarter-final.
Number 4.
And they will play either St Joseph's RC Academy or Co-op Academy Leeds.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Countersthorpe Academy or Thomas Telford School.
Number 2.
They will play either Merchant Taylor's Girls' School or Sandbach High School and Sixth Form College. Some great matches to come there in the last 16 to reach the quarter-final. Thank you, Violet. And Luca, over to you for the South.
Number 7.
And number 7, that is Ashland School or Edwinstree C.V. Middle School, representing Hertfordshire and Hertfordshire. A little all-Hertfordshire battle, that one.
Number 8.
They will play either the Winston Churchill School of Specialist Sports College or Lingfield College or Kingsdale Foundational School. Easy for you to say. So one of those 3 teams have themselves an away draw.
Number 5.
Next draw up is number 5, Courtfield School are straight through to the quarterfinals. They got themselves a home draw for their troubles. They scored 11 goals in their last 2 games, the Somerset side.
Number 6.
They'll play either Shenfield High or Surbiton High in their quarter-final. That is Essex versus Surrey in the last 16 there. Okay, so that is our draw confirmed then for the PlayStation Under-13 B-Team Schools Cup for girls. Some cracking draws once again in this competition, and all those ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. And that is time for our next section to be coming up in just a moment. So, Luca, Violet, I want to thank you very much for all your hard work. I know it's been a long process for you guys, but well done, and best of luck with your respective seasons ahead for the rest of the year. All right, next up is the PlayStation Under-14 Schools Cup for boys in just a moment. Okay, so as you can see, the Under-12s and Under-13s have already had their competitions drawn. We still have plenty more to come though with the Under-15s after our Under-14s in just a moment, and the Arnold Clark Under-16 and Under-18s coming up before we leave you this evening. Let's get going then with the Under-14 draws, but just before we do, we can introduce our new ball drawers. First of all, from Northampton School for boys, Charlie Abler is an Under-13 captain and Tottenham Hotspur player who got a player of the match last season in his national final. And Ria Corlett from Thomas Estley Community College, the vice captain of the Under-13 side, whose infectious enthusiasm is propelling them forward this season. Guys, welcome and thank you for being with us this evening. Okay, so Ria, you're going to be drawing the northern side of the draw for us and Charlie the south. But before we do that, let's take a look at the all-important ball numbers. These are all the teams left in the PlayStation Under-14 Schools Cup for boys. A few who are already through, but still plenty in the last 16 stage as well. This is the quarter-final draw. Okay then, time to do those all-important draws. And Ria, therefore, we start with you with the northern teams, please. First one out the hat. Number 2 is Thomas Telford or Northampton School for boys. Big last 16 match between those two. And the winner of it plays Clitheroe Royal Grammar School. They're already through to the quarter-finals. They'll have a trip to either Thomas Telford or Northampton. Our next draw. Number 4 is St Francis Xavier's College or Wright Robinson College. A brilliant battle, that one, between 2 really, really gifted schools. Home draw awaits the winner. And they'll play either South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College or Macmillan Academy, that last 16 match still to be played, and the winner has a trip to either SFX or Wright Robinson. Okay, Charlie, over to you for the southern half of the draw. Who's our first team out?
Number 6.
Number 6, that's Riverside School or Ravenswood School. There's Essex and Kent represented there in the last 16. And they will play.
Number 8.
And number 8, St Clement Danes School or Woodlands School. So Cleves School with the home draw and St Clement Danes School or Woodlands School the away.
Number 7.
Number 7, Hampton School or Matthew Arnold School. That's the home draw there.
Number 5.
And they will play number 5, Riverside School or Ravenswood School. That's the away draw for Riverside or Ravenswood. So that completes our first draw then for the under-14s. Confirmation of those all-important ties coming up for you in just a moment. All these ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. And confirmation there in the south. Cleves School versus St Clement Danes or Woodlands, and Hampton or Matthew Arnold against Riverside or Ravenswood. Okay, time now for our next draw. It's the PlayStation Under-14 Schools Cup for B teams. Let's take a look at the all-important numbers before we draw them out of their respective hats. All these schools at the last 16 stage at the moment. Quarterfinals await in the meantime, though. So, Ria, as ever, you'll be doing the northern draws for us. Let's have our first team out the hat. Number 2 is Wilmslow High School or St Margaret's CV Academy or St Bede's High School, Blackburn. And they will play. Number 1, Samuel Whitbread Academy or Thomas Telford School. All these guys still in the last 16. Their quarterfinal fates are known. And then let's have the southern draws for me, Charlie. Number 4, Hampton School or Ivy Bridge Community College. Kent and Devon in the last 16 there. And they will play. Number 3, which is Kingsdale Foundational School or Brampton Manor Academy. That's Inner London versus Essex in that last 16 match. And the winner has an away trip in the quarter-final. So that draw is now confirmed. And there is the semi-finals for the North and the South to be played on or before the 24th of February. Still plenty to get down to before we get to that stage. Okay, so next up is another semi-final draw, this time in the PlayStation Under-14 Elite Schools Cup. Let's take a look at who is still left in the competition. So a couple are already qualified through to the semi-finals in the northern half of the draw, still at the quarter stage in the south, but we'll do their semi-final draw now. So, Ria, let's have it. Who's got the home draw in the semi-final? Number 1, that's St Bede's RC School and Byron College, representing Durham. They were a finalist in last year's competition, looking to get there again. And therefore, Wright Robinson have the away draw, the Greater Manchester School. They've already beaten 2 times former champion Thomas Telford in the previous rounds. And Charlie, the away draw, the southern draw, should I say?
Number 4.
That is number 4, Shenfield High School or Oakwood Park Grammar School. That quarter-final still to be played, but the winner has a home draw in the semi. Who will they play?
Number 3.
Either Northampton School for Boys or Torquay Academy. That quarter-final is still to be played. It's a big one as well. The winner goes into an away draw in the semi-final against either either Shenfield or Oakwood Park. So there we have it. Our draws are confirmed in the Under-14 Elite Schools Cup. These ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. Okay, time to move on for the PlayStation Under-14 Schools Cup for girls. Let's take a look at the runners and riders in this competition. We're at the quarter-final stage for quite a few of our teams. Some still have their last 16 ties to play, but these are the teams still left in and their respective ball numbers. So as ever, we start with the North, and Ria, if you'd like to draw our first team.
Number 1.
Number 1 is either Trinity School or St Joseph's RC Academy. Home draw in the quarter awaits.
Number 4.
Against South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College. They're already through, representing Humberside. They were runners-up last season.
Number 3.
Number 3, that's Thomas Telford School. They've got a home draw in their quarter-final, 2-time champion of this competition. And they will play either the Crompton House CV Academy or Archbishop Blanche School. It's an away draw for Crompton House or Archbishop Blanche. Just wait for the graphics to catch up with us there. There we go. That draw is locked in and confirmed for us. So we can take a look at the moment in the southern side of the draw. So Charlie, it's over to you. Who's our first team out?
Number 5.
Number 5, that's Gordano School or Torquay Academy. That last 16 tie still to be played, but a home draw awaits the winner.
Number 6.
That is Weydon School. They're already safely through, representing Surrey. 4 clean sheets in 6 games so far in this tournament. Away trip in the quarter-final. Our next matchup.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Thorpe St Andrews School in 6th form, representing Norfolk. They've scored 52 goals in just 6 matches, the top scorers of this year's competition so far. Home draw in the quarter for them.
Number 8.
And last out the hat, therefore, is Darwick Wood School or Shenfield High School. That's Kent versus Essex to decide who goes through to the quarter-final. Should they get there, they've got a tough-looking matchup away at Thorpe St Andrews School. Okay, let's take a look at that confirmed draw then for the Under-14 Schools Cup for girls. Some brilliant ties coming up in that competition to be played on or before the 2nd of March. Okay, final Under-14 draw for you now. It's the PlayStation Under-14 Small Schools Cup, and these are the teams remaining in the competition. We're at the semi-final stage to be drawn. A couple of quarter-finals still to be played. But St Patrick's and Lingfield already through. As you can see, those are the ball numbers. Time to draw the semi-finals. Ria, we'll start with you. For our first Northern semi-final, who's got the home draw?
Number 1.
Number 1, that's St Patrick's RC College, representing Cleveland. First time entering the competition this year. They've got a home semi-finals to look forward to.
Number 2.
That means they'll play either Thorpe House School or Dixton's Croxteth Academy. That's Buckinghamshire and Merseyside with a trip up to the northeast in the semi-final. And Charlie, if you'd like to draw the southern draw for us.
Number 4.
Number 4, Lingfield College. They've already done the hard work to get through to the last 4. They've got a home draw for their troubles. Surreyside have scored 31 goals in just 5 matches. And last team out
Number 3.
is number 3. That's Bournemouth Collegiate School or Sacred Heart Catholic School. Dorset versus Inner London to come in that quarter-final. The winner has a trip to Lingfield College in the semi-final to look forward to. Okay, let's take a look at that confirmed semi-final draw then in the PlayStation Under-14 Small Schools Cup. Plenty of good ties to look forward to here. Ties to be played on or before the 2nd of March. Okay, into the under-15s draws we go. Then we've had the 12s, 13s and 14s. We are officially now into the under-15s. If you've been eagerly awaiting these, we appreciate your patience. It's now your moment to shine. Our first draw is in the PlayStation Under-15 Schools Cup for boys. This is the quarter-final lineup. Only one last 16 tie to be played. Quarter-final lineup looking pretty strong as ever in this competition. Okay, Ria, if you'd like to draw the first ball out the hat for us.
Number 3.
Number 3, that is Wright Robinson College from Greater Manchester. Highlighted their campaign so far was an 8-4 victory in round 3. Home draw in the quarter-final. Who've they got?
Number 1.
King James School representing North Yorkshire. They've come through rounds 2 and 3 via penalties in this competition. Away trip to Wright Robinson to look forward to for them.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Meadowhead School Academy Trust, representing South Yorkshire. They've scored 43 goals in 6 matches in this competition so far. A home quarter-final awaits against...
Number 4.
Number 4, that is Thomas Telford School, representing Shropshire. They won this competition back in 2019 and seeking to replicate it this year as well. Okay, on to the southern half of the draw, Charlie, which is you.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Queen Elizabeth School, representing Dorset, the furthest the school has ever reached in the competition. They've got a home quarter-final to look forward to as well. Who've they got?
Number 5.
Number 5 is St Birinus School, representing Oxfordshire. Conceded just 4 goals in 6 matches, including 3 clean sheets. Away trip to Queen Elizabeth's in the quarter-final. Okay, now final quarter.
Number 6.
is number 6 out first. That's Riddlesdown Collegiate representing Surrey. They've come through their last 2 rounds via a penalty shootout. They've got a home draw for their efforts.
Number 7.
And that therefore means they will play either Kingsdale Foundation School or Hallmead School. Those two still have to play their last 16 match. The winner has a trip to Riddlesdown Collegiate. And there we have it. The under-15 Schools Cup for boys draw is looking spicy as ever. All those ties will be played shortly, but the timings are exactly to be announced. Next up for us here then is the PlayStation Under-15 Schools Cup for B teams. Let's take a look at the all-important teams still left in. We've got 1 more quarterfinals to play, but 3 teams already secured their place in the semi-final. As ever, we'll do North and South. So, Rhea, to start us off, let's have the home draw for the northern side.
Number 2.
Number 2, that's Thomas Telford. They are already guaranteed their spot in the semi-final. Last season's runner-up. They will play either South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College or the Boston Grammar School. That's a Humberside and Lincolnshire battle in the quarter-final there. And for the southern semi-final, Charlie, let's find out who's got the all-important home draw.
Number 4.
Number 4, that's Weydon School. The Surrey side have scored 23 goals in 5 games, including a 10-1 win in round 2. They've got a home draw in the semi to look forward to against... Number 3, that's Kingsdale Foundation School, representing Inner London. They've only conceded 1 goal in the competition so far. That's a super record for them. And they've got an away trip to look forward to in the semi-final. Let's take a look then at that confirmed draw in the Under-15 Schools Cup for B teams. Thomas Telford and Weydon with the all-important home draws. Plenty of entertainment guaranteed there. Ties played on or before the 24th of February. Okay, we move on to the PlayStation Under-15 Elite Schools Cup, and let's take a look at all the teams remaining in the semi-final stage of the competition. Still 1 more quarter-final to play, but again, 3 teams already safely through, awaiting this semi-final draw, which will happen right now. Rhea, if you'd like to do the honours for the home team in the northern side. Number 2, that is Liverpool College or Thomas Telford School. A crucial quarter-final, that one, as it decides who's at home in the semi-final. They will play... Number 1, that's the English Martyrs School and Sixth Form College, representing Cleveland. They were a runner-up in 2022. They beat last season's finalist in the quarter-finals. Okay, the southern semi for us, Charlie. Number 4 is Royal Russell School. The Surrey side have themselves the home draw in the semi-final. 3 clean sheets on their way to this stage. And their opponents, therefore, are... Number 3, the Forest School, representing Berkshire. Highlight of their run was a 10-goal thriller against Brookhouse College in round 2, which they won 6-4. A trip to Royal Russell awaits in the semi-final. All right, then, that draw is confirmed in the Elite Schools Cup for the under-15s. Let's confirm exactly that for you. Ties to be played on or before the 2nd of March. Next up then is the PlayStation Under-15 Schools Cup for girls, and we've got the quarter-finals to draw for you right about now. Here are all the teams still remaining in it. Only a couple have guaranteed their spots in the quarter-final. Still plenty of last 16 ties to be played there, but those are the all-important numbers. Okay, then Rhea, without further ado, let's get the northern side of the draw underway. Number 4 is Thomas Telford or Wright Robinson College. Great matchup, that one in the last 16. Winner gets a home draw in the quarter-final. They will play Sale Grammar School, representing Greater Manchester. The furthest they've ever reached in the competition. A trip to Thomas Telford or Wright Robinson awaits. Number 1, South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College or Northfield School and Sports College. Home draw for them should they win that last 16 battle. And Soham Village College or Spalding High School, whichever one of those two comes through. That last 16 fixture has got an away trip in the quarter-finals to look forward to. Okay, Charlie, on to the southern half of the draw, please. Number 6 is the Wey Valley School or Millfield School. Dorset plays Somerset there in the last 16. Winner gets a home tie in the quarter-finals.
Number 5.
Against the Pigott School. So the Pigott School representing Berkshire. They've scored 40 goals in 6 games and they've got an away quarter-final to look forward to at either Way Valley or Millfield. Final quarter-final.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Shenfield or Beaumont. So Shenfield have been a pretty ever-present fixture in this draw at large. They've got themselves a home draw potentially. Got to get through Beaumont first though in the last 16. And they will play either
Number 8.
St Bede School or Surbiton High School. So Surrey versus Surrey in that last 16 match. Surbiton won the competition last year. They're looking to do so again this. And here is the quarter-final lineup in the Under-15 Schools Cup for girls. It's another great lineup, this one. Some ties still in their last 16 stage to be decided. And all those matches will be played on or before the 24th of February. Next up then is the PlayStation Under-15 Smalls Schools Cup. So we've got the semi-final stage for these guys. Only one team guaranteed their spot in said semi-final. Congratulations to Kingstone. All the rest still with a quarter-final to play. Okay, then time before the draw. We'll do the northern side's first rear, if you would.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Blake High School or Newcastle School for boys. That's Chester versus the North East. They've got a home tie should they win it in the semi.
Number 2.
And that'll be against Kingston High School. So the only team through into the semi-finals already from Herefordshire. Scored 27 goals so far, including a 14-2 win. They've got an away trip to either Blacon or Newcastle in the semi-final. Okay, southern semi-final for us, Charlie. Who's at home?
Number 3.
Number 3, that's St Joseph's College or St John's Preparatory and Senior School. A Suffolk versus Middlesex battle in the quarter-final there. Home draw awaits the winner.
Number 4.
And they will play either Home Grange School or Buxwood School in their semi-final. That's a good battle. That's Sussex versus Berkshire in that quarter-final. The winner has an away trip to either St Joseph's or St John's in the semi-final. That draw is now locked in and confirmed for you in the Under-15 Small Schools Cup. Ties to be played on or before the 9th of March. Okay, in time for our next draw. This is another of our new competitions this year in the PlayStation Schools Cup. It's the PlayStation Under-15 Small Schools Cup for girls. We are at the semi-final stage. Let's take a look then at those all-important teams and numbers. There they are for you. Still one quarter-final to be played between Priory Pembroke Academy or Ripon Grammar School. One of those teams will be into the semi-final to join the rest. Okay, then we're over to you for our first semi-final draw. It's the north side. Number 1, so either Priory Pembroke Academy or Ripon Grammar School will have themselves a home draw in the semi-final should they win that quarter, and they will play. Number 2, King's James Academy Royston. So a bit of a trip for King James for whoever they end up drawing there in their semi-final. And for the southern side, Charlie? Number 4, that's Kingston Grammar School representing Surrey. They reached the semi-final last season. And they've got a home draw in this year's semi. And they will play.
Number 3.
And that is Leaf Studio. They've already scored 39 goals in 4 games in this competition. They too made the semi-finals last season. Both of these teams looking to go one better in this season's competition. One of them will have to in that semi-final. Let's take a look at the confirmed draw for you in the PlayStation Under-15 Small Schools Cup for girls. Semi-finals to be played on or before 24th of February. Okay, time for our final draw in the Under-15s section. Under-16s, that's your notice for the next draws. But in the meantime, it's time for our next competition, the Under-15s. It's PlayStation Under-15 B-Team Schools Cup for girls. It's another of our brand new competitions this year. And here are the lineup in the quarter-final. Still a couple of last 16 matches to be played. But other than that, all-star lineup really in the quarter-final. So without further ado, let's do the draw. Ria, to you for the first northern sides, please. Number 4, that's the Samuel Whitbread Academy representing Bedfordshire. They've got themselves a home draw in the quarter-final. Number 1, that is Titherington School, representing Cheshire. A trip to Samuel Whitbread in the quarter-final for them. Next up.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Thomas Telford School, representing Shropshire. Home draw in the quarter-final.
Number 2.
And they'll play South Hunsley School and Sixth Form College, the Humberside team, going well in the B Team Schools Cup this year. Okay, Charlie, for the Southern draws, please.
Number 8.
Number 8, that's Kingsdale Foundation School, representing Surrey. Home draw for them in the quarter-final, and they will play.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Queen Elizabeth School, that's representing Dorset, so a little bit of a trip for Queen Elizabeth in the quarter-final, up to Kingsdale. Let's have our last quarter-final.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Redbourne Upper School, they've got the home draw in this quarter-final, representing Bedfordshire. And the final ball for us?
Number 5.
Number 5, that is Surbiton High School or Lingfield College. That's Surrey versus Surrey in the last 16 matchup there, and the winner of that will have a trip to Redbourne in the quarter-final. Let's take a look at the quarter-final draw then for the PlayStation Under 15 B Team Schools Cup for girls. It's all set and ready to rumble. Ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. And with that comes to the end, the under 15 draws, the under 16s coming up for you in just a moment. But before we go on to that, time to say goodbye to the fabulous Rhea and Charlie. Great job, guys, and best of luck for the rest of your 2 seasons. All right, so bidding goodbye to those guys means we are ready to rumble with the under 16 competitions. Those are the draws that we've still got to come. So thank you guys for waiting patiently if you're in the under 16s or the under 18s this year. And as you can see beside me, sponsored for the very first time in 2024 by Arnold Clark, these lovely yellow ribbons adorning the ESFA trophies for the first time. And the finals will be taking place at the Stoke City Stadium later on this year. So you can look forward to that. That being said, almost time for the draws, and to do that I need 2 more ball drawers, so I say a very warm welcome to Harry Brown from Northampton School for Boys. He's an under 12 B Team and national winning captain, handy in a penalty shootout I've heard too, Harry. He's joined by Maggie Woollerton from Thomas Estley Community College. She's an under 15 player playing up a year whose mean corners and tricky wing play have been an asset for her team. Guys, welcome along. Okay, without further ado then, it is time for the first draw in the under-16 section, and it is the Arnold Clark Under-16 Schools Cup for Boys. These are the all-important teams and indeed the numbers associated with them. Still plenty of last 16 matches to be played here, but a couple already guaranteed their spot in the quarter-finals. It's time to rumble then with the draw. As ever, we'll be drawing the northern sides first, followed by the southern teams. So, without further ado, Maggie, it's over to you. Who's our first team out the hat?
Number 4.
Number 4 is Carrs Grammar School or Aylesford School and Sixth Form College. It's a Lincolnshire versus Warwickshire battle there.
Number 1.
Number 1, Sandbach School or Calderstones School. Great battle there. Merseyside and Cheshire going toe-to-toe in the last 16. Winner gets an away tie at either Carrs or Aylesford. And for the next team?
Number 2.
Number 2, the English Martyrs School and Sixth Form College. Their quarter-final spot is already booked, representing Cleveland in the North East. Only conceded 2 goals in 5 games so far. And they will play?
Number 3.
So that's Ormiston Sheffield Community Academy or St Ambrose College. West Midlands and Greater Manchester respectively win that match. They've got an away trip to the English Martyrs. And for the southern side of the draw, Harry?
Number 6.
Number 6, that's All Hallows Catholic School or Downlands Community School, Surrey versus West Sussex in that last 16 match. Winner has a home quarter-final to look forward to against.
Number 5.
Number 5, Redden Court School. The Essex side have kept 3 clean sheets in the competition so far. They've got an away trip for their troubles in the quarter-finals. Next up.
7.
Number 7, that's Whitgift School or Hurstmere School. That's Surrey and Kent, both previous finalists in this competition as well.
Number 8.
and they've got a home draw against Devonport High School for boys. They're already through to the quarterfinals, are Devonport. The squad have gone one better than they did in the under-15 competition last year by reaching this stage. They've got a long trip, though, to look forward to in the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at that confirmed draw. All these ties to be played on or before the 24th of February in the Arnold Clark Under-16 Schools Cup for boys. Okay, the next draw is upon us, and it's semi-final time in the Arnold Clark Under-16 Schools Cup for B teams. All these guys still at the quarter-final stage, but we will do their semi-final draw, so they've got something to look forward to. Here are the teams still left in. And without further ado, Maggie, if you could draw the first team for us.
Number 1.
Number 1 is St Margaret C.V. Academy or Cardinal Heenan Catholic High School. Home draw in the semi-finals to look forward to. Against?
Number 2.
Number 2 is St Mary's College Catholic Academy or Thomas Telford School. So that's a really tasty quarter-final. They've got an away trip in the semi to look forward to either St Margaret's or Cardinal Heenan. Harry, the southern draw, please.
Number 4.
Number 4, that's the Taunton Academy or Weydon School. So Somerset versus Surrey in the quarter-final there. The winner of that has a home draw in the semi-final against
Number 3.
Dover Grammar School for boys or Shenfield High School. That quarter-final will be a cracker. It's the furthest Dover have ever gone in this competition before, and they're looking to go one step further even then. Final draw then is confirmed for you in the Under-16 Schools Cup for B teams, and it looks like this. Ties to be played on or before the 24th of February. Okay, time to move on for our next competition. It's the Arnold Clark Under-16 Elite Schools Cup. We're at the semi-final stage, just 4 teams left in the competition, and here they are with their all-important ball numbers. Big question is, who gets the home draw in the semi-final? A question we are about to answer. Maggie, if you'd like to do the northern semi for us.
Number 2.
Number 2, that's Wilmslow High School. They get the home draw representing Cheshire. Scored 13 goals and conceded just 3 in 3 matches. And they will play.
Number 1.
Number 1, that's the English Martyrs School and Sixth Form College. The team for the North East were runners-up in this competition last season. They've got a trip to Wilmslow in the semi-final to get to the final once more. And the southern draw for us, Harry.
3.
Number 3, St Peter's Catholic High School and Sixth Form Centre. They get the home draw representing Gloucestershire. Beat the 2022 and 23 former champions in round 3.
Number 4.
And they will play Cardinal Newman Catholic School representing Sussex. Came through a tough round 1 fixture after extra time, and they won in round 2 8 goals to 2. Tasty, tasty semi-final lineup, that one, in the Arnold Clark Under-16 Elite Schools Cup. And here is the full draw, just as a reminder. These 2 ties will be played on or before the 24th of February. Okay, time for the next draw, and it's the Arnold Clark Under-16 Schools Cup for girls. Plenty of interest in this one. We're at the quarter-final stage. Let's take a look at the teams that are still left in it. A couple of teams still in their last 16 matches to play, including one, Thomas Estley Community College. Now Maggie will have her eyes on that one. Okay, then Maggie, without further ado, it is time to do the northern draws. Who's first out? Number 1, that's St Bede's RC School and Byron College, representing Durham. Home draw in the quarter-final for them. Number 3, Thomas Telford School, the Shropshire team. 2-time finalists, still yet to win the competition. Number 2, Haslington High School and Sixth Form College. The Lancashire side have gone further in this year's competition than ever before.
Number 4.
And that means number 4, Thomas Estley Community College or Lydiard Park Academy. So they've still got their last 16 match to play. I'm sure it will be a belter, hey Maggie? And they've got an away draw to look forward to should they get through that one at Thomas Telford. Time for the southern draw, Harry.
5.
Number 5, that's Redbourne Upper School and Community College or Debenham High School. Bedfordshire versus Suffolk in that last 16 clash. They've got a home draw awaiting them in the quarter.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Leaf Studio representing Dorset. They made the quarter-final stage last season, looking to go one better this time around.
7.
7 is Herne Bay High School. They've got themselves a home draw in the quarter-final. Scored 24 goals in just 4 games, the Kent team.
Number 6.
And therefore the final team left in the draw is Fulbrook School representing Surrey. This is the furthest the school have ever been in this competition. They've got a trip to look forward to in the quarter-final. Okay, let's have a look at that confirmed quarter-final lineup for you then. It's a very good one. Ties will be played on or before the 2nd of March in the Arnold Clark Under-16 Schools Cup for girls. Alright, so our final draw of the Under-16 Schools Cup is upon us, and it's going to be the Under-16 Small Schools Cup with Arnold Clark. So we're at the semi-final stage of this one. We're at the quarter-final stage in reality, though, as these ties all have to be played, but we'll do the semi-final draw for now. Plenty of good teams left in this one. Those are the all-important numbers. Okay, so semi-final draw. We'll start with the northern half. As always, Maggie, over to you.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Oasis Academy Wintringham or Repton School. Whoever comes through that one has got themselves the home semi-final against
Number 1.
Number 1 Merlin School or Rossall School. So a good battle there in the last 16. All Lancashire affair. Winner gets the away semi-final draw. Harry, the southern side.
Number 4.
Okay, number 4, that's Priory Academy or Downsend School. Winner of that one has got the home draw in the semi-final for the southern teams.
Number 3.
And they will play either King Edward School Whitley or King James Academy Royston. So an all-Kings affair in that last 8 battle. Winner of that has themselves a trip to either Priory or Downsend in the semi-final. Let's take a look then at that confirmed final draw for the Under-16s, the Arnold Clark Under-16 Small Schools Cup semi-finals. These ties will be played on or before the 2nd of March. All right then, into the Under-18s we go. You've been very patient waiting for your draws, I know, so thank you for that. Without further ado, into the first one we go. The Arnold Clark Under-18 Schools Cup. Should be a cracking matchup, this one. Semi-final draw to come. Only one team have already booked their spot in the last 4. That's Wilmslow High. The rest still have their quarterfinals to play, but a semi-final draw to look forward to. Okay, northern sides, as ever, will be drawn first in their semi-final. So without further ado, Maggie.
Number 2.
Number 2, that's Torquay Boys Grammar School or Shrewsbury School. So Torquay Boys representing Devon, Shrewsbury representing Shropshire. Home draw in the semi-final, and they will play.
Number 1.
Number 1, Wilmslow School representing Cheshire. They've got a trip to come in the semi-final. They're the only team safely through in it, and they know they'll have a trip. Their best result in the competition so far was a 9-0 victory in the last 16. Okay, southern side of the draw, Harry.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Southend High School for boys or Northampton School for boys.
Number 3.
And they will play either Cardinal Newman Catholic School or Samuel Whitbread Academy. So mission accomplished, Agent Harry. You've got your boys a home draw potentially to look forward to in the semi-final. Let's take a look at that confirmed lineup then in the Under-18 Schools Cup draw. Dates are still to be announced in this one, but the semi-final ties are locked in the Under-18 Schools Cup with Arnold Clark. Okay, next draw for the Under-18s now is the Arnold Clark Schools Cup for B teams. And here are the runners and riders still remaining in the competition. We're at the quarter-final stage of this competition, but it's time to draw the semi-finals. Without further ado, it's over to Maggie for the Northern Semi. Let's find out who's got the home draw.
Number 2.
Number 2, it'll be either Thomas Telford or Richard Hale. So that quarter-final will be a cracker between Shropshire and Derbyshire's finest. Home draw awaits in the semi-final for them. And they'll play.
Number 1.
Number 1 is either the Manchester Grammar School or Calday Grange Grammar School. Furthest the Manchester Grammar School has ever gone in this competition, and likewise for Calday as well. And the southern semi-final, Harry.
Number 4.
Number 4, that's Millfield or Bede's Senior School. So Somerset versus Sussex in that quarter-final. Winner has themselves a home semi.
Number 3.
And number 3 is Southend High School for boys or Hampton School. Cracking quarter-final, that one. And the winner will go through to the semi, where they'll have a trip to either Millfield or Bede's. That semi-final, once again now, is locked in for the under-18s. For B teams, ties to be played on or before the 24th of February. Almost time to close the draws, but we've still got a few more to come. And first is the Under-18 Schools Cup for girls. We're doing the semi-final draw. They're at the quarter-final stage at the moment. The ties look really, really good, but only 4 will advance through to the semi-finals. The draw is incoming. Okay, then Maggie, without further ado, let's have the Northern semi-final first. Number 2, that's Competitons Village College or the Pigott School. That's Cambridgeshire versus Berkshire in the quarter-final. Winner has the home semi, and they will play.
Number 1.
Either Trinity Catholic College or Rossall School. That's Cleveland versus Surrey. Quite the trip for either one of those two. And that is the draw set for the semi in the Under-18 Schools Cup for girls in the north. Time to have the southern draw now then, Harry.
Number 4.
Number 4, Hayesfield Girls' School or Blenheim High School. Somerset versus Surrey in that one. Winner has the home tie in the semi-final.
Number 3.
They'll play either Kingsdale Foundation School or Shenfield High School. So a great matchup once again in that one. Winner of it has a trip to either Hayesfield or Blenheim in the semi-final. The draw now is locked in. We can confirm, so the quarter's still to be played, but the semis will be played on or before the 9th of March in the Arnold Clark Under-18 Schools Cup for girls. Time now for our final 2 draws of the show. Thank you so much for waiting patiently for the Super League draws for both the men and the women in the Arnold Clark Under-18 Super League. We start off with the men's draw. This is the quarter-final stage. Still plenty of teams remaining in it. They've got the last 16 ties to play, but the quarter-final draw is up for you in just a second. Okay, without further ado, it's time to advance on into it. We'll start with the northern draw as always. So, Maggie, take it away.
Number 2.
Number 2 is either Wilmslow High School or Ashton-on-Mersey School. Home draw in the quarterfinals to look forward to for either of those two, and they'll play.
Number 1.
Number 1, that's Tyne Coast College or Bishop Girton College or Sunderland College. So still a bit of working out to do in that section of the draw. An away trip to either Tyne Coast or Bishop Burton or Wilmslow or Ashton, I should say, awaits. Okay, next draw for us, Maggie.
Number 4.
Number 4, Hartpury College or Brook House College. Winner of that one has themselves a home draw, and they'll play.
Number 3.
Number 3, that's the Pro Direct Academy Northampton or Samuel Whitbread Academy. Whoever comes through that quarter-final, last 16 match will have a quarter-final away at either Hartpury or Brook House. Now it's your turn, Harry, for the southern draws.
Number 6.
Number 6 is either Barking Abbey School or Ravenswood School.
Number 8.
They'll play either Gordon School or Portsmouth College or Bede's Senior School. So again, some working out to be done in that section of the draw, but an away trip awaits to either Barking or Ravenswood.
Number 5.
Next up in the draw is Barton Peveril Sixth Form College or Millfield School. Big last 16 clash there for our home quarter-final.
Number 7.
And number 7, last out, is Bradfield College or Esher College. That is Berkshire and Surrey, and they are still in the competition in the last 16. They've got an away trip, though, in the quarter-final should they win it. Let's take a look then at the confirmed quarter-final draw. Still plenty of matches to be played in the Arnold Clark Super League for the men, but their quarter-final fates are already sealed. Ties to be played on or before the 9th of March. Okay, then time for the final draw of this ESFA National Schools Cup draw. It's been a marathon, but we hope you've enjoyed it, and we now have the final draw to come. So thank you to those under-18 ladies who've waited so patiently for this one. It's the Arnold Clark Super League under-18 semi-final draw. Let's take a look at the teams still in the competition. Only Hartpury College are guaranteed their semi-final spot. The rest have all got to play their quarter-finals, and some cracking quarter-finals there will be. Time for the semi-final draw. So for the final time, Maggie, over to you for the Northern draw.
Number 2.
Number 2, it's a home draw then for Neen Park Academy or Thomas Telford. Whoever comes through that quarter-final has got a home semi to look forward to against.
Number 1.
Number 1, which is Trinity Catholic College or Parkview School. Cleveland versus Durham in that one. Whoever wins it has a trip to either Neen Park or Thomas Telford. And for the Southern draw, Harry? Number 4, Barking Abbey School or Surbiton High School. So Essex versus Surrey in that quarter-final. The winner has a great incentive in a home draw in the semi-final against Number 3, which is Hartpury College, who are the only team guaranteed to be in that semi-final, and they're guaranteed to have a trip. It's either going to be to Barking Abbey or to Surbiton High. So for the final time, let's confirm those draws for you. They are all locked in and ready to rumble in the Arnold Clark Under-18 Super League for the women. And there you have it. Ties to be played on or before the 2nd of March. All right then, almost time to bid you farewell on this evening. But just before we do, I want to pass on our thanks to you both. Congratulations on drawing the balls very well. No mistakes, all went well. And of course, good luck for the rest of your seasons as well. Wish you both the very best. All right, and with that, it brings to an end our 2024 National Schools Cup draws here with the ESFA on ESFA TV. What a way to start Schools Football Week, which is running all the way through to the end of the week. If you've got activities to come, we wish you all the very best with those. And of course, if you're still in our National Schools Cup competitions, maybe you're going to be lifting one of these trophies towards the end of the year. We wish you all the very best of luck. Congratulations on getting this far, but as I said at the top of the show, it's only the beginning of your Schools Cup journey. Still plenty of time and plenty of matches to play and plenty of glory to achieve. We may see you out on that pitch later on in the year. We wish you the best in achieving that dream. We'll see you soon. For now, goodbye.